All right, I did it. I watched the third Popeye horror film. I think I watched all three of them this week, I think. I watched two of them today. That I know for sure. So, Popeye the Slayer Man, Shiver Me Timbers, and finally here with Popeye's Revenge. In the last video, kept calling the one I watched the first one I watched Popeye's Revenge for some reason, but I was mixing up the titles. This is the actual Popeye's Revenge discussion here. So, Jesus Christ. I don't think I can do another one of these. I hope they don't release one. I know that the Pooniverse guy had been talked to about it, and he said he would maybe take a stab at it at some point, but I definitely need a break. I hope this is the last of them. I'm not doing another one. There's a bunch of Mickey Mouse ones, so we'll see if I go down that road. I don't even know what I'm expecting to accomplish here, because these are just not for me, even though I am a slasher fan, right? Like, that's kind of my main gimmick here on the channel. I have Slasher Sundays. Slashers are like my favorite subgenre. These are just such trash. These are so fucking bad. This is the worst of the bunch for sure. I honestly thought, like, this couldn't be like worse, and it just is. It's like this one has really, it has maybe one thing going for it, but as far as a plot synopsis, I don't give a fuck. It's just, it's such a lame movie. It's hard to even call it a movie, but you got your typical teen, like, not teens, but whatever you want to call them, young people who are going out and they're gonna, like, open up a summer camp or something, and then Popeye wants his revenge for something that happened when he was younger, and he drowned, and he's getting help by olive oil. At least they say Popeye's name in here quite a bit. It's actually his nickname, though. His real name is Johnny. I don't know. Is Popeye's name in the original story, like, is Popeye his nickname? I thought it was Popeye, but maybe that's something I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But they're like, it's an endearing nickname that he got when he was a kid. It's Popeye, but his real name's Johnny or some shit. Yeah. The kills. Oh my god. The kills are so bad. They're so non-existent. It's just kind of like really bad blood splatter coming up on somebody, mostly Popeye, when he's doing something. That's just so fucking lazy. Like, if you're going to make a movie like this, at least put some gore in it, right? I mean, at least they do have nudity in this film. Thank God for that. Not enough, but the nudity we do get on the one girl we get the nudity from is gratuitous. Like, you see them for maybe a full minute straight. They're incredible. Awesome. And you were very much like, okay, are we going to see these? Because they're teasing them like crazy throughout the movie. So if you're wondering, yes, you do. And yes, that's great. So A+ for that. But then the whole rest of the cast of girls definitely are, teasing it for a good amount of the movie, and you don't get it. So that is what it is. At least you do get payoff there, right? At least you do get one payoff in that regard. But getting to anything else in the film, oh my god, every character is insufferable. You have the cheating couple, right? Like the one guy who's cheating on his girlfriend with the girl who does show her boobs, and their whole drama, which I couldn't give a fuck about. You've got the main girl and her drama, and her mom, who's like trying to figure all this stuff out and get out there to help. And the acting, of course, is trash. The story, the writing, like, to even, I don't know, man. It's hard to even acknowledge this thing, like, as a film. It really, like, these are so poorly constructed. These barely try. Whoever wrote this, it's just like they'd put zero thought into it, and I don't care what they say. They didn't put any thought into this fucking movie. These are just thrown together to get them out. The fact that all three of these came out basically at the same time and right after the rights, became available, went into the public domain. It was a race to the bottom. It was, how fast can we get this thing out? Fuck the quality. Fuck anything. I don't care. We want to make a quick buck. We want some eyes on our movies. At least with this one, they got some good looking women. They got one of them to take their top off. So, cool on that. But that's not enough. That's not enough. As nice as that scene was, that's not enough for an entire fucking 90 minutes. Or this was actually a little shorter than that, thank God. But yeah, I don't know. I did see that Wimpy, his rights aren't available till 2027. So probably the same is true of Bluto. Because I was wondering in one of the other videos, like, what are the rights issues? Like, what can they talk about? What can they use? What can they cannot use? So it looks like Wimpy isn't available by name anyways, because they do have an homage to him in one of these. They also have an homage to, I think it's a Maniac. And I can't remember which one of these movies has an homage to Maniac, but they do have a very clear homage to the kill in Zombie. Lucio Fulci's Zombie, Zombie 2, Zombie Flesh Eaters, whatever title we want to go by. The most famous kill in the movie. It's trash. It doesn't show fucking anything. And obviously they didn't have the budget, or they didn't care enough to even try. And Fulci's eye gouge with the door piece is like, one of the great gore gags ever. So it's like, I don't know. I never know how to feel about those like winks and nods that are like, oh, this is for the horror fans. Like, only the hardcore horror fans are going to know what this is. And, they're going to call it out immediately. Oh, that's like Zombie. I don't know. Homages are hit and miss for me. Mostly miss. I just, especially when you rely on them so much, and when they're so identical, and it's like I get it, you've seen a movie, like, that's fine and that's cute, and I like them when they're a little more obscure, at least, like this, right? When you're not doing something out of like one of the big franchises, one of the obvious things. When you're doing something like a Lucille Fulci film, it's like, okay, at least with that one, I'll grant you a little leeway, but maybe just work on making the original scenes within your film good before even trying to tackle like a Fulci scene. Who knows? Maybe that wasn't even intentional. Maybe it just is a similar scene, and the person's like, I don't even know what the fuck that you're talking about. I guess that's possible as well. But God, it's like 1 a.m. I'm tired and I have no energy. I guess the way that I approach this is like, if they're not going to try, then why should I? Right? The only reason I even finished this, the only reason that I even covered it or whatever, is I know there's some of you who want to maybe roll the dice on one of these. Like, there's 3 fucking Popeye horror movies out right now, and they're expensive. I think this was like $12 or something. It's like, do I want to save you, the money? Yes, 100%. Is there any of these that you should watch? No, I don't think that you should watch any of these. I don't think any of the 3 are worth your time. I think if you had the access to them for free, and you wanted to check out one for like shits and giggles, I guess the most entertaining one was Shiver Me Timbers. Just for the pure insanity of certain things and how silly and awful the CGI is and whatever. But this one and Popeye the Slayer Man are both just terrible and honestly not worth your time at all. But like with Shiver Me Timbers, and like with this one, I'm sure, and like with Popeye the Slayer Man, there's always going to be a comment or two or four from somebody who's like, I really enjoyed this for what it was or whatever. And that's great. I'm not shitting on you. I'm really not trying to sound like an asshole with that. It's just everyone has their taste. Some people, this is what they're into. Some people dig this shit, right? And I love old school horror that is, kind of like the so bad it's good, but they were never trying to be so bad it's good. These are like very self-aware. They know that they're bad. They know that they're aping off of a time when film was more simple and not as well produced, and they think they can kind of recapture that, but no one ever does. No one ever recaptures that like cheesy 80s film. They just don't. And you need a lot of fucking talent to be able to pull that off. If anyone could do it, this ain't it. So yeah, A+ for the boobs, F- for the rest of the experience. So that's it, guys. I can't take another fucking Popeye movie. I'm gonna fucking consume some poisoned spinach if I have to watch another one of these fucking movies. So that's it. I'm done. I think I'm caught up on. I do have access to Mouse Boat Massacre, which we'll see. We'll see if I brave that one. Just for you guys, though. Honestly, I would not watch these at all if I didn't have the channel. No interest at all. But I know these are the kinds of movies that get a lot of eyes, and people are like, I want to know, like, is it worth my time? Because Neverland Nightmare, right? Like, I just watched Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. It's a good movie. Would I recommend it to, like, everybody? No. Would I recommend it to somebody who's interested in it? And it's like, could it be good? Is it all right? Yes. Yes, it is. So you get one here and there, but man, they're few and far between. And this was no exception. This is garbage. Pass. All right. I'll see you in the comments. Adios.